Hi, welcome back to Tammy Talks About. So we've got a new article in Pop Topic today that I thought we could talk about. But you know the drill by now. As always, if you like this video, leave me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And, share the video. And also, before we get into this article, I want to give a huge shout out to Pop Topic and to Miss Diane Anders, who is the author of this article. They have been one of the few media organizations that's refused to just bow down and kiss AH's butt. They're taking a big risk by not doing what the rest of the media does, which is paint a picture that Johnny is this horrible, evil person. There's very few media outlets that are willing to go against that. And Pop Topic is one of them. And they have been for a very long time now. So, great. That's awesome. Thank you for being willing to put the truth out there. So let's get into this article. The title of this article is written today as of filming July 20th, 2021. Photo discrepancies prove that AH's friends staged the Penthouse rampage. And so, a UK correspondent has found more smoking gun evidence that AH and her friends, Ms. Pennington and Mr. Drew, staged the scenes of destruction that they later testified were caused solely by Mr. Depp as he rampaged through the penthouses, swinging a magnum-sized bottle of wine, causing much damage as he went. And also, I'll leave a link to this article in the description down below. When providing photographic evidence in support of her allegations, Ms. Heard inadvertently submitted 2 photographs of the same staircase landing in Penthouse 5 that included a small area of overlap between the respective pictures, our UK correspondent Andy reported. Within that overlapping area, Andy added, spillage that can be seen in one photo is missing in the other, and broken glass is moved and or added between photos. And before I go into this next part, it just came to me as I was reading this. I believe Incredibly Average, I believe he did some videos on something very similar to this about some of the photos and stuff. So be sure to go check it out. I haven't had a chance to even check to see if I'm right on that, but because it came to me while I was reading this. But I'm almost positive. So go check those out if you haven't seen them already. And if you know what I'm talking about, then okay, good. Okay, let's see. Andy asserts that the photographs taken by AH give irrefutable proof that she, Miss Pennington, and Mr. Drew staged the scenes of destruction. And so I'm going to put the first picture up right here. And this shows the entirety of the landing. And although not immediately apparent, the second photograph that I'm going to put up right here shows a small part of that same landing with the 2 steps that lead to the mezzanine level. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put up a picture of the 2 of them side by side, so you can see. And I mean, just looking at it as I'm sitting here, and I'm going to keep the picture of them side by side. You can see in that first picture where you've got the entire landing there. If you look where they've got it yellow, where they've got the yellow outline, you got glass missing. There's not the 2 big shards of glass that are in the second picture. You've got glass over to the side and stuff, in which we can't tell from the second picture, but you don't have those 2 big shards of glass that are in the second picture. And in the first picture, you've got what looks like some wine spillage. But if it's still there, it looks like the piece of glass in the second picture is covering it up. So, yeah, you can see very clearly that these 2 pictures are in the same area, but it looks a little bit different. So, and then they say even a cursory look at the part of the landing seen in the second photo would suggest differences when compared with the equivalent area in the top right-hand corner of the first photo. And they do go on to say that the 2 photos are of low resolution and are in fact partly cropped, and they thereby do not reveal the whole picture. On their own, they neither give irrefutable proof that the scene in the first photo has been embellished, nor indeed that the landing scene in both photos is the same one. But then this article goes on and it diagrams showing you, that this is in fact the same landing. But let's get on down here to what I found kind of interesting about this. H testified that it was she who took all the photos of the damage to the property. However, the testimony of Mr. Drew, given on day 12 of the UK trial, contradicts that of AH in that Mr. Drew testified that it was in fact he who took all the photos. Regardless of who took the photographs, what is crucial is that Mr. Drew and AH, by their own testimony, were both present at the scene when it was being staged, and hence were both complicit in that staging, Andy writes in his report. Although Mr. Drew gave a very accurate description of the damage caused to Penthouse 5 on the 12th day of the trial, with the same certainty, he could not say whether the damage was caused before the first two LAPD officers arrived at the apartments. This is most likely due to the fact that they were aware of the LAPD body cam footage that showed that their apartment had no damage done to the apartment and Johnny Depp was out of town. Furthermore, now this is what I thought was really cool. The metadata of those same photos revealed that the photos were taken at 21:31, just 12 minutes or so after the two officers had left the apartment. Again, making it impossible for Johnny Depp to have caused the damage. Other oddities suggest that the metadata may have been altered to make it appear as if the photos were all taken at the same time. It is not only near implausible that 8 such photos could have been taken within 1 minute, but near impossible that all 8 were taken within the same minute, and even less possible when considering that within the same time the scene was further embellished by adding wine spillage and removing and replacing glass fragments. This raises the question of a very real possibility that the photo metadata had been doctored, the report concludes. Johnny testified that he did not pick up a bottle of wine and start smashing things with, and even Mr. Drew throughout his testimony, and they say statements, court, and deposition, did not once claim to have seen him even carrying a bottle of wine as he entered Penthouse 5, despite giving detailed accounts of Mr. Depp's alleged aggressive behavior toward him. The 22-page report also discusses how the biased judge dismissed crucial evidence such as AH's own recorded confession and police statements that contradicted the testimony of AH and her friends despite having already disparaged contemporaneous evidence. This, on top of all of the other evidence of AH's perjuries and lies, is just one more nail in the coffin of AH's chances to fight Depp's defamation suit that is set to take place next April. So, and there is a link, it looks like I notice here, to that 22-page report. Let me just click on it and see what, and I might do a video. Yeah, okay, so incident 14, May 21st, 2016 state. Okay, so it looks like we might have we might have a link to the full, well, no, that's page 1 of it. I'll see if I can't get this 22-page report, and what we'll do is we'll go over that entire report in another video. But I want to give Pop Topic all the thanks, because they are doing what so many others in the media won't do, which is let the world know that this woman is a liar, this woman is an abuser, and that Johnny is an innocent man. And that's all we can ask for, is that more of the media, at least the media, should be honest, which that's a joke in itself, but at least Pop Topic's willing to be. So that's it. That's my video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, until next time, be blessed.